Hello, friends, and welcome. Welcome to another episode where I review affordable school fountain pens made in China. This time I have an interesting fountain pen, which is like an homage fountain pen. It has lots of elements from the famous classic German Montblanc 149 Diplomat. Today I have for you a quite big fountain pen made by Jinhao, and you can see on the band. So Jinhao number 159. This large fountain pen, it is in this red color. Of course, they are available in other colors, and I have with me today one Jinhao 159 black version, and you can see what I mean. They are quite similar with the Montblanc 149. Unfortunately, I don't have a Montblanc 149 in my collection, but I do have a German fountain pen which has similar dimensions with the 149, and we have here a senator president, so I will put it side by side. And I have also a 146 from 1952. It is a smaller fountain pen, but I want to put it side by side next to those great fountain pens. And I have also like a copy or a homage or 149, this time the Titan from Flaro, Romania, a fountain pen from the 1970s, and I have the simple version and the deluxe version with the gold nib. So I will put them also side by side. So guys, you can see them next to each other, and you can tell they are quite large fountain pens. And I take this opportunity to leave the dimensions of our fountain pen on the screen, and I will put those aside. So this one aside, this one aside, the relatively small 146 aside, and the senator president aside. And we are left with the two fountain pens. As you can see them, they are cigar shaped. They have gold trims, and they have a quite generous nib. It is a Jinhao nib, a steel nib, in part gold plated. 18K GP means 18 karat gold plating. And we have the logo with the chariot of the Jinhao. On the back we have a simple plastic feed. And let's leave this black one aside. It comes with a code bar, and this is in the store in Romania. It is called the Manager fountain pen. Of course, it is a Jinhao 159. And this red one, it is the stylish fountain pen. And this stylish Jinhao 159 in the red version, believe me, it is more cheaper than this version. This cost 41 lei, which means 8.42 euros or 10.36 American dollars. And this cost with approximately 4 euros plus or 5 American dollars in plus. They are the same, the practically there are different colors, but this is the Manager and this is the stylish. So it is what it is. The star of our video will be this red one. I will leave its dimensions again on the screen, but we will check it out in detail. First of all, let me peel off this little price tag. Okay. Let me peel it off. It remained a little bit of... okay, now it is completely removed. Let me show it in detail, this little beauty. Little, it is quite large. It's an understatement. So, again, let me show you the cap band. In comparison with the Montblanc, which has 3 cap bands, this has a single cap band. But you can see the lettering is almost the same as the Montblanc lettering. So maybe they gave a homage to the original. So we have Jinhao 159. This clip is quite interesting. It has this emblem which contains the logo of Jinhao, the chariot. Let me test it, how springy it is. It's quite springy, quite functional, metallic, nice looking clip. We unscrew, and apart from this part being metal and also corresponding with the cap, this is plastic and this is metal. We have a quite nice looking grip section, which ends in a concave, I will call it a concave ending, which is decorated with this ring, quite a thick ring, also gold plated. I've already shown you the beautiful nib, two-tone nib. It's a steel nib, only gold plated with 18 karat gold. Again, the logo of Jinhao. On the back we have this plastic feed. And the barrel. It's interesting that we have a ring here which reminds us of the ending. Let me show you. This is a Montblanc, and also a senator, president, and even the Flaro Titan has the same ring. But on the previous models, this ring shows us, in the case of the senator, the blind cap, and in the other 2 cases, the turning knob of the piston. But this has only a decorative role on the Chinese model. The barrel unscrews, and I love the fact we have a proprietary Jinhao converter, quite a nice looking one, and you can see that we unscrew the ending, because in a previous video you saw that other type of converter, which is like a syringe, you have to push it. This time we have a more qualitative, I would say, and a more expensive to produce converter. Of course, this can be taken off and you can use some cartridges. Of course, I will test the compatibility of the cartridges. But till then, I want to show you that inside this we have a metallic part, and here also the metallic part. So this is quite a robust and well-built fountain pen. So I promised you that we check out some cartridges. And I have here a cartridge from Jinhao, and I recognize it is from Jinhao because it has this quite generous ending. So I'm only trying to see if it fits, and it fits. Sorry, I'm only trying to see if it fits, and I hope it fits. Yes, it fits. So this was my testing. But for the writing sample, we will use this converter because I want to see how efficient it is in comparison with other type of converters made in China that have that syringe type filler. So I will unscrew it. Okay. And you know that I like to use for the sample a matching ink, and I have here for you this Faber-Castell red ink that I recently bought. I bought it for the sum of 10 lays, approximately €2 or 2.5 American dollars. It is red, you can see, made by Faber-Castell. Okay, let me put this aside. And now I will unscrew the cap. Oh, let me prepare some tissue. Okay. So I will take the Jinhao and insert it in ink. I will try to show you how it feels. Let me see. Yes. Oh, yes. So guys, I must tell you that I prefer this converter instead of the other type of converter based on that syringe movement. Let me, because it really draws the ink without problems, you can see. Okay, let me close the barrel, and now we are ready for the writing sample, but please remember to secure the ink bottle to avoid little accidents. Let me put this here. Okay, first of all, let's see if we can post it. Yes, it posts. What can I say? It needs a little balance. In my hand, it appears that this is quite heavy. I prefer to use it uncapped. For the writing sample, I will change the camera. Let me see. So let's give it a little zoom. Okay, perfect. Now I am ready for the writing sample. So I have here a Jinhao 159 in red. Let me focus. So a Jinhao 159 in red. This is made in China. Made in China. I bought this wonderful big size fountain pen for 41 lays with the monetary conversions 8.42 euros or 10.36 American dollars. So quite an affordable fountain pen. I will call it a homage model, a homage to the famous Montblanc 149. Even when they choose to name this, it's 159, so 149, 159. It definitely shows us that this fountain pen is heavily inspired in design by the classical German model. By the way, the 149 is in continuous production from the beginning of the 50s till present days, in comparison with 146 that had a short period when it was not produced. This 149 was always produced, and it is nicknamed the Diplomat. Diplomat because it was used by great heads of state when they sign different economic agreements or stuff like that. Okay, returning to our fountain pen, it has this big, I think it's a number 6 steel nib. It has two tones, so you can see it, two tones, and it is 18 karat G gold plated GB. Let me test it. Let me see how springy the nib is. I'm not expecting any line variation, so no flex to it. I suspect it is a juicy nib because I can see how it writes. Yes, a quite juicy nib. Let me do the pressure test. So here, no pressure, and here, pressure. So quite interesting line variation. Let me write also the quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. Okay, quite interesting. Okay, speaking of the nib, let me show you before the review ends a comparison between the nibs. So I have the Jinhao model. I have the 146 model from the beginning of the 1960s, also two-tone 14 karat gold nib. Let me put it here. I have the famous Romanian model of Flaro. Of course, this is a much larger nib size. I believe this is a 9 and the other ones have the 6. I also have the simple version of the Romanian model, which has a plain steel nib. And why not the Senator, which has a two-toned, also steel nib. I will try to show them to you, all of them. Maybe I can level them up to see exactly how large they are. They are all beautiful, and I must tell you, it is a sight to see them. Okay, let me. So here they are. The first one is the Senator, the second one is the Jinhao 159, the third one is a 146 from the 1950s, and the other two are Romanian fountain pens made in the 1970s that have a number 9 nib like the 149. The first one is a gold nib and the last one is a plain steel nib. So those are our fountain pens. Let me put them aside carefully because I don't want to ruin their nibs. Okay, and leaving the nib aside, what can I tell you? It is a great experience to write with this beauty. It is also nice to use it as a pen when you sign different documents. It is really good looking in the hands. Of course, it is a masculine fountain pen, a quite big fountain pen. In the hand of the ladies, it could be quite large. But I think that also they can use it, but for a short period of time. This is not a fountain pen I recommend you using when you write long sessions, because you will get tired. In comparison with the original Montblanc 149, this is made out of metal. So it's quite a heavy fountain pen, but quite a resistant fountain pen. I bet it can take a lot of hits. Of course, you must be careful because being such a heavy fountain pen, when you drop it out of your desk, it could damage the nib, in the sense that it tends to be like an arrow and it can the this fragile part could be easily bent. What can I say? It's a nice homage looking fountain pen. If you don't afford the 149, which costs approximately 900 euros or 950 American dollars, this would be a nice pen to try to get used to the dimensions of the Diplomat 149. Of course, the Diplomat 149 is much more light, but you can use this fountain pen to get accustomed to how you can handle a big fountain pen. So guys, this was my review of the red 159 Jinhao model, the Chinese model. I hope that soon I will add to my collection a 149 and we will do a side-by-side comparison with the 149. But till then, this is the Chinese model. Quite a nice Chinese model. And when you think of the price, I was wondering how about if the Jinhao launched itself in the luxury market and launched, let's say, a $500 fountain pen. I was wondering if a fountain pen which cost approximately $11 looks like this. What would a $500 fountain pen made by Jinhao would look like? It shows that great things can be bought at decent prices. I'm not saying Montblanc is not worth the money. Yes, it is worth the money, even the full retail price, because it has lots of little details and the details make the difference. But if you are passionate about fountain pens, you could try to own the Jinhao 159. It is available in different colors, and I think that this nib can be replaced quite easily with other types of nibs. I must say that this nib, I presume it is an M nib, M from medium. It certainly writes quite well. No annoying feedback. It simply glides on the paper. So quite a nice fountain pen. Guys, this was my review of this Chinese beauty. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you've enjoyed it, please subscribe to my channel to support my activity. Thank you for your time. Wherever you are, I wish you to have a nice day. See you again at the next episode. Until then, bye bye.